Hello, and welcome to Lesson 5 of the Fly2Learn curriculum for X-Plane. Today, we're going to be talking about thrust, and you're going to get a chance to try out landing. We will try out a basic landing, and then try landing with full flaps, and introduce some additional challenges you can try. As a review, a force is a push or a pull in a certain direction. It's composed of its magnitude, or how large it is, and the direction that the force is applied. It comes from the propeller, pulling or pushing the airplane through the air, and determines the altitude of the airplane. The propeller acts like a rotating wing, powered by a gas engine. The blades create lift, which creates propulsive force. In this lesson, we will learn how thrust can help land an airplane. While takeoffs might be optional, landings are mandatory, so it's important to practice landing procedures. Before I open X-Plane, I'm going to talk through the procedure here. An important thing to keep in mind is that landing takes practice, and don't be surprised if it takes more than a few times for you to get the hang of it, and many, many times to master. For final approach, start by putting the plane into level flight, and then reducing your throttle until the engine runs at 1600 RPM. You can do this manually by using the down arrow to reveal throttle, and by using your mouse, or by using the F1 key. But note that you cannot use the F1 key while paused. As you fly, try to keep the wings level. Remember to use small movements of your mouse to adjust your plane's movement. Maintain airspeed around 85 knots. Be sure to watch your altimeter and your vertical speed indicator. Watch the precision approach path indicator to help you as you land. These are the left or right of the one line. They will look like 4 colored dots on your screen. All red lets you know that you are approaching too low. All white lets you know that you're approaching too high. If the lights are half red and half white, you are on the right approach. Once you touch down, lower your throttle and apply brakes. You will repeat this process until you can land the plane on the runway consistently. Remember, practice makes perfect. Start by going into Quick Flight Setup and ensuring you're at the Seattle-Tacoma Airport with the Cessna 172SP flying during the day in clear weather. Let's go ahead and start in the air. Select Location, select Global Airport, and a final approach of 3 nautical miles off of runway 16.
Press P to pause. Note the small white and red lights. These are the PAPI, the Precision Approach Path Indicator lights. When I unpause, I will use F1 to reduce throttle to around 16 RPM. Make sure and use very small movements of your mouse to adjust your plane's direction. That if the PAPI are all red, you are too low on your approach and should increase throttle. And if the PAPI turn white, you are too high on your approach and should decrease throttle. Once you have landed, fully decrease throttle and apply brakes.
Once you have the hang of landing, try landing with full flaps. Repeat the same steps as above, but this time use flaps down by pressing 2 on your keyboard and initially reducing throttle until engine runs at just 1500 RPM. Be sure and answer the corresponding investigative questions. Once you've mastered landing, once you've gotten the hang of landing and want some extra challenges, X-Plane has some cool situations to offer. For instance, go ahead and try landing on an aircraft carrier. Go to location and switch your location to the airport KSAN and choose the final approach 3 nautical miles from runway 9. Then select aircraft, aircraft in situations, and aircraft carrier approach. You can also switch your time under Quick Flight Setup to night for an additional challenge. And even go into environment, weather, to increase wave height to make it a landing during choppy seas.